Hey everybody, it's Tim with TD Sports Cards. Today I'm back with you with the PSA reveal. It's a 9-card regular service order. Bunch of Durants and some Lebrons. So let's get into it, and I'll tell you what my grade was on them, and what I obviously you'll see what I got on them. So the first one I had 2 of. This is the 2007 Topps rookie card, Kevin Durant, orange, and it's 7. Obviously, you can tell left to right. The centering's off, so that would knock it down to like a 9 or an 8 even. And then if you look at it, you can actually see that corner was fine. It's got some of the white tips on 3 of the corners, so that one actually. I would expect a 7 on. And then on the back was actually, the back had that little bit right there. A little soft corner there, the white tip there. So actually a 7's what's warranted. I figured I'd send in 2 of these, so I figured one would be a 7 and one would be an 8. So if I figured that one would be a 7, then the next one would be an 8. But what happened was I got another 7 on it. So when you look at this, the centering's actually not bad. Even top to bottom and everything. But like on this one, it's got the white tip. It's got a white tip there. It's got a white tip right there. And then the back has a white tip, a little white tip there, and this one here has got a little more wear on it. So, in reality, 2 7s, that's warranted. Like I said, I figured one would be 7, one would be 8. So, it is what it is. They're still good cards, because these are inserts that came in a little bag. They're a little cello kind of a wrapper where you get, I think, 1 or 2 cards in, or 3 cards, something like that, in each one of the boxes. So, alright. Now we're going to move on to the 2007 Topps rookie. And this is the white card, Topps rookie card. This one actually got an 8, which I figured. I figured one of these would 8, one of these would 9. See, this one's off just a little bit left to right, so that's a point. But I think it was close enough to be in the range. And then this one here actually had white tip there and a white over there, so probably a little bit off, gave it a 9, and the 2 white tips on the back gave it the 8, which I figured. As I said, I figured an 8 and 9 on those. Another one of the same was I got an 8.5 on. This one I figured I'd get a 9 because the back is pretty clean. The front actually is dead on, and it's pretty clean on the front. And these are the ones that came in the boxes. This is your base card, but it's got 2 white tips back here. It's the only thing, I think, if I had 1 less white tip, it would have easily gave it a 9. Only because the other tip would have held it back. But great looking card. This is rookie. So I got the 8.5. It's the best grade I got on that one so far. I was looking for a 9. But the white tips took it down a little bit too much. Alright, black one. This one is one that was an insert. And this one I got a 7.5. This one I missed on. I figured an 8. But the front's got a little white, soft white there, and it's got a little soft white up there. But that's alright. That's good. got the little bit of whitish. But it was still a good card. But I figured it would have been an 8 on that one. But the blacks, in the center is a little bit off. It's off enough to where that's 1 grade right there. Yeah, like I said, I figured 8. I figured I sent in 3 of these. I figured 2 8s and a 9. Now this card was pretty darn clean, except for it was off center. Got an 8. Clean back though. It's got a little bit of a white back here. It's got a little bit of a white tip there. Just off center a little bit. So it was a clean looking card except for that. And then the centering obviously. So the centering was 1 and the 2 white tips were knocked down 1. This one, pretty clean card though. Alright, next one. Figured I'd get a 9 on. Another 8.5. 2 8.5s. It's going to get 9s on them. This one's a little bit off, left to right. The front's clean as can be, except for a little white tip down there. Kind of a soft corner. It's got a little bit of whitish back here. And it's got a white tip on the bottom left. Yeah, the right isn't bad as the left, and then it's that top left over here. But the center is better. This one would have easily been a 9, I think. That other one probably would have been 8.5. But so I missed a little bit on these so far. The grader was actually pretty tight on these. Figuring I'd get a 7 and 8, a 7 and 8 on the orange, and then get a 9 and black and the white. You only got 8.5s. And then the 7.5. I hate the half ones. All right. These ones, I missed something on this, and I think I know what it is, and that's my fault. I had several of these, and I was looking at all the stacks, and I think I put the wrong one in the wrong stack. This one was supposed to be in this is Lebron James 2005 gold. I think I put this one in when I just bashed them together. In the wrong one, because this card was supposed to go for the long grade, for the bulk grade. You know, and these were all $50 a card. These were in before see, I sent these back in January, early January. Took them 2 weeks to log them, about a week and a half, 2 weeks to log them, between getting them and logging them. And then 19th, and then today, or keys came in yesterday, so it took 2 months once they logged them in, and they had it sitting there for about, like I said, about a week and a half. So figure, about 9 or so weeks on these once they logged them in, and then that includes shipping them back. But got a 6. Or even with this one, and I can't remember exactly where it's at. There's the centering obviously knocks it down a little bit. And these are thick cards. These are in the thicker holders, as you can see. These are thick cards. So the centering I figured a little bit. There's a little white tip right there. In that corner. And then in the back, you got the white tip. That's just got they got 4 white tips. So this was probably going to be a 7, or maybe even an 8, because it's actually a pretty clean card. But I think with too many white tips, and I thought I seen something on the surface. That's why this one was one I was going to just go on a long term and get a 6 or a 7 on. So this was my oopsies. Like I said, I had several of these, but it is what it is. You work with so many cards that it catches up with you every now and then. This one got an 8 on. So I figured 2 8s, possibly a 9. So it means my 9 is in the other batch that I sent out. So we'll see what happens with that one. This one here, it's a little bit off center. So the worst I'm thinking is an 8. But when I looked at a bunch of these, there's 110 and there's like 11 9s. So 8s are actually the common. Really common. That 110, the guy's asking $5 grand for, which I think is undervalued. This is a 3rd year LeBron. So this is the gold. I'd actually say that 5,001 is actually, it should be up in the 9-10,000 range, realistically, but it's the only one out there. I would ask 10,000 on it. So it's pop 1. The 9s, like I said, there's like 11, I think 11 of the PSA 9s. They're hard to grade. They're thick cards to begin with, let alone the gold border. You know, and that's on the front and back. But this one here, a few white tips, and then with it being a little bit off, that would have automatically a 9. I got one that's pretty close to being centered. I think that might have been the one I sent off. So we'll see what happens. But I think I had a tight grader. This one I've seen on some other ones could have slid by and got a 9. The 6, that was my mistake by far. And then out of the 3 of these, I figured a 9 and 2 8s. Well, they got a 7.5 and 8.5. So kind of wasn't as good on that one. Like I said, I had a tight grader, I think. And then these I figured a 9 and an 8. Came close on that one. He just didn't want to give me a 9. The difference of a 9 on this one's about 300, but the difference on the 9 on this one is for 8.5 is 1,000 to the last one I just looked today was 1,800. So big difference for not getting the half grade. But can't do it. Go and do what you can. And then this one's I figured a 7 and an 8. But both of them actually probably deserved a 7. I think I was hoping for the 1 and an 8, so wasn't bad. I mean, I bought all these cards pre-COVID. This is pre-COVID, so this is what, a little over a year ago. I think between Thanksgiving and just after the first of the year, before COVID. That's where I bought these cards. I was paying anywhere from $30, $40 to for the Durants. 30, 40 to like $60, 65 I think. I maybe in that one black, but so wasn't bad. Bronze got cheaper. The bronze cards you can still get pretty cheap. But on those ones you want to get at least like a 7 to make it worthwhile for the price you get to buy them at now. These ones I got, these LeBrons I got at real good prices. I mean, almost sickening prices, and I should have bought more. And at the time, I bought all the cheapest ones that was out there. I should have just bought them all. But you never know. Never know. Who knows that the 8s go for the 8s for the LeBron. Like I said, I think that 10 should be 10, 15,000 because it's a pop 1. The 9s should go for about 3 to 4. These 8s should go for about 12 to 1,500. But right now, the 8s are, like I said, they're only at like about $500. So I'll be listing almost all of these cards. May even list all of them. I got duplicates here, so I'll list one and keep one for right now. But these will be up on my eBay if you want to check them out. The link is down below. Numa Sports 138, and they'll all be in on eBay. For decent prices, so probably about what they're going for. Maybe it's a tad higher by 10, 15, 20 bucks, 25 bucks, whatever it is. Just gotta see. But thank you all for joining. We'll see you later. I'll have more and more PSAs reveals out there. I got tons of orders out there. My bulk stuff should start coming back within a couple months. I did send some in on the recent special, and that PSA had, and that one was just to get the cards recased And that one there actually was the Magic Johnson. It's a 10, PSA 10, 1988. Right, 1988, 1988. Sold my 7 last December for a good price, and the guy, it got so hot, the guy ended up selling it and got like $7,500 for it, which he killed it. But super nice guy. I think he kind of felt bad because he came back and bought some other 10s from me. When we talked when I was about ready to ship it out. So, but the 10s he got were good buys. They were good buys for long term, even like a year. You'll make money on those if you want to do that. But anyways, thank you all for joining. Like I said, I got a bulk orders started coming in about 2 months, and they'll be coming in once or twice a month at least. And those regraded ones should be back. They should be back because they're actually pushing them through, so they might even be back within a month maybe. And then I have another regular service order out, 15 cards. It's got some Tatises, Durant, LeBron, I believe. It's got a bunch. That one's got a mixture. It's got like 15 of them. And that one just went in the process, so I expect that about 2 months, month and a half. I'm lucky, and they start pushing those to get them out. That's what everybody's mad about. They're paying the high dollar stuff, and they're sitting for 2 and 3 months. So those, I think they're going to focus on getting those 10 days out. And I think if they do it in a process where the first 2 days of the week they work on all the 10 days that are supposed to be shipping out that week, and then put a couple guys on other 10 days, the next parts of the week, and then 2 days focus on nothing but bulk, or even the 3 days nothing but bulk. But 2 days dedicate everybody to the high end stuff. I don't know. I just don't know how they operate it. Because if they have certain guys that do certain ones and as fast as they can move, as I know for the last 2 months, they had so many bulk orders that were like pushing like 10 months and 11 months that they focused for like 2 straight months, just about almost solely on old bulk orders. And the bulk orders are from when they raised the prices back in June or July last year. That was the third one. So I know that's what they were working on, just to catch that big batch up. But they're going to have another big batch from what people thought from the beginning of the year, and then this obviously this price change where they jacked it up to $100 a card here last month. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. See if they can catch up. But for how good they are and how big they are, they really, really, really need to get them down. With all these extra prices, the only thing I can think of is that they're going to pay people if they want to do overtime. Will they ever go back? Who knows? But they're so far behind because when they raised the prices, everybody hurried and got overnight orders and huge orders. And I think that when they were working the last 2 months, because they were working on stuff from July, maybe even before that, maybe even from April, when they raised them at that point. So, yeah, just interesting how they work it. Seeing how everything is so far back. Now, if all of the newer orders were close to being on track, like SGC, HGA. All their new stuff that people are paying high dollars for, that stuff's back in like couple weeks. Now, granted, you don't get the same quality as you do, or the same premium as you do as a PSA holder, but they're getting back like super soon. So, it depends on what kind of game you want to play as far as for the grading. I got a bunch of bulk orders out there, so I'm waiting. It's one of those things you just wait. You wait, prep, and I figure at one point, 1 or 2 of those orders will go longer than I expect. and 1 or 2 of those orders will pop sooner than I expect. I might pop in that 7-8 month range. I figured 9 to 10 month range, but they're back on the bulk stuff like a year, so they got to get that caught up. But they got to honor the high dollar. People are paying the high dollars to get them back. When you're paying $100 a card because you're going by the value of the card, unlike HGA just goes by blank card, because they believe in you shouldn't have to be paying higher prices just because of a higher value card. They shouldn't get that. Whoever bought the card and selling the card should be getting that profit, not the company. Well, PSAs is they want their cut on high dollar cards, which it'd be against what I would think of, because you still want to handle the cards in the same way. I mean, even at $100 for the high end cards, I can understand it. More compared to like the $20 prices, but you're still packaging the same thing between that 7. Now where to go? And that. So you got a $450 card, $350 card, and a $1,000 card. You're still packed the same way. So what's the difference if it's a $5,000 card? But that's my little rant. But thank you all for joining. Look for the next ones. I may be doing a box break here next week. Not a box break, but just opening up a random box. We'll see. I've opened up some, and just haven't recorded it. But anyways, thank you all. Thank you for watching this. Like, subscribe, and we will see you next time. See ya.